This is why you should be careful where you make your hair. Because some salons don't just style your hair, some want to steal your destiny. This is the chilling story of Abina, a young woman from Kumasi. Abina was born into a poor family. Her father had died early, leaving her mother to struggle with odd jobs just to feed the children. From a young age, Abina carried a burning desire. She didn't just want to survive, she wanted to break free. She wanted wealth, fame, and respect. To her, poverty was a curse that needed to be destroyed. When she grew older, she decided to open a small hair salon in the heart of Kumasi. She borrowed a little money from her uncle to start. With so much hope, she painted the walls, bought simple chairs, and hung a small signboard outside, Abina's Beauty Touch. She believed that with hard work, her dreams would blossom, but reality was harsh. Day after day, she sat in her empty salon, watching customers walk past her door and head into the salon right beside hers. That salon belonged to Nana, her neighbor, a young woman who was everything Abina wasn't. Nana's salon was bright, colorful, filled with mirrors and soft music. Customers kept trooping in, laughing, and leaving with glowing hairstyles. Abina's heart grew heavy. She tried lowering her prices. She offered discounts. She even went out to beg women passing by to try her service. But no matter what she did, customers always chose Nana over her. The more she failed, the deeper the envy burned inside her. One evening, she locked up her salon and cried bitterly. "God, why me?" she asked. But even as she prayed, her mind was filled with anger. She thought of the unpaid loan she had collected to renovate her salon, how her creditors were calling her, and how shame was pressing on her family name. That night, lying awake on her bed, Abina whispered to herself, "If life refuses to favor me, I will force life to bow to me. I will not remain poor." Little did she know that the path she was about to choose would not only change her destiny, but also the destinies of everyone who walked into her salon. One afternoon, while sitting outside her salon, Abina overheard two women gossiping. They spoke about a mysterious priestess who lived near the river in a small village outside Kumasi. They claimed she had given charms to several business owners, and suddenly those businesses had begun to flourish. To most people, this sounded like dangerous superstition, but to Abina, it sounded like hope. That night, she couldn't sleep. Every time she closed her eyes, she saw Nana's salon, filled with customers and laughter, while hers remained empty and silent. By dawn, her mind was already made up. She would find that priestess. The following day, Abina traveled secretly to the village. She didn't tell her mother, her siblings, or even her closest friend. The journey was long and dusty, but her heart beat with expectation. When she finally reached the riverside, she saw a small hut covered in red and black cloth. Cowries hung from the doorway, and strange symbols were drawn in white chalk across the walls. A cold shiver ran through her body, but she forced herself forward. "Good afternoon, Ma," Abina greeted as she entered. Sitting inside was a dark-skinned woman with piercing eyes that seemed to read Abina's soul. She wore beads around her neck and wrist, and her voice was deep as thunder when she spoke. "I know why you are here," the priestess said, without waiting for Abina to explain. "You want wealth, customers, fame. You want to rise above everyone else. Is that not so?" Abina's lips trembled. "Yes, Mama. I am tired of poverty. I want success." The priestess nodded slowly, then dipped her hand into a calabash filled with river water. She lifted the water and poured it on the ground. Immediately, the hut grew colder. "The river goddess can give you everything you ask for, but nothing comes free. To prosper, you must pay the price," she said. Abina swallowed hard. "What price, Mama?" The priestess leaned closer, her eyes glowing strangely. "Every customer who sits in your chair must lose something. Their star, their destiny. That is the sacrifice. In return, riches and fame will follow you." Abina's heart pounded. She knew it was wrong. She knew it was dangerous. But then she remembered her debts, her shame, her empty salon. And in that moment, she made the choice that would change everything. The priestess stood up and walked to a corner of the hut. She bent down, picked up a glass jar, and brought it to Abina. The jar was sealed with black wax and tied with red threads. Even before it was opened, a foul smell leaked from it, something rotten, something unnatural. "This," the priestess said, "is the key to your success." With a single twist, she broke the seal, and immediately, the hut filled with a stench so strong that Abina almost vomited. Inside the jar crawled lice, wriggling maggots, and tiny black insects that seemed alive with energy. Abina stepped back in horror. Mama, what is this? The priestess's eyes narrowed. These are not ordinary creatures. They are carriers of power. Rub them on your combs, your hair oils, your shampoos. Once they touch your customer's head, their star and destiny will fall into this jar, and the goddess will make you rise. Abina shivered. It sounded like madness, but the priestess's voice was commanding, almost hypnotic. Do you want to remain poor? Do you want your enemies to mock you forever? Or do you want wealth and fame?